A famous swordsman once said he never lost a duel because he won before the sun rose. When his rivals asked what he meant, he smiled and said nothing. They thought he was talking about morning training. They were wrong. He was talking about something far simpler and far more powerful. Something so obvious that most warriors missed it entirely. And this one practice separated the legendary from the forgotten. Your alarm goes off. You reach for your phone before you open your eyes. Within seconds, you're scrolling through messages from people you barely know, reading news about problems you cannot solve. By the time you stand up, you have already given your attention to 100 demands that are not your own. You rush through breakfast and wonder why you feel behind before the day even starts. Here's what nobody tells you. You did not lose control of your day when you got to work. You lost it the moment you woke up. The morning is where the day is won or lost. I used to believe productivity meant doing more. I would pack my mornings with exercise routines, journaling, meditation apps, elaborate breakfast recipes. Wake at 5 a.m., cold showers, gratitude lists. By 7 a.m., I was already exhausted. I thought I was building discipline, but I was draining myself before I had anything to give. Then I discovered how samurai in feudal Japan approached the first hour of their day. They did almost nothing, at least nothing that looked impressive from the outside. Yet this simple approach produced warriors with unshakable focus and the ability to perform under pressure when it mattered most. In feudal Japan, samurai would rise before dawn, between 4 and 5 a.m. But what matters more than when they woke is what they did not do. They did not immediately begin training. They did not rush into action. Instead, they followed a sequence so simple it barely looked like a routine at all. The power was not in the actions themselves. The power was in what those actions prevented. And this is the twist that changes everything. We are taught that successful people do more in the morning. They exercise harder. They accomplish tasks before others wake. We see morning routines as a performance, a test of willpower. But the samurai understood something we have forgotten. The morning is not about what you add to it. It is about what you protect it from. Think about what actually drains you. It is not waking up early. It is the mental noise that starts the moment consciousness returns. The decision fatigue before you leave your bedroom. The emotional reactions to messages. The samurai morning practice was designed to delay all of this, to create a buffer between sleep and the demands of the world, to give the mind time to settle before asking it to perform. They built this protection through 5 simple practices. Each one either delayed stimulation, required no decision-making, or created a clear transition between states. The first practice is stillness before stimulation. When a samurai woke, he would remain lying down for 1 or 2 minutes, allowing his nervous system to complete the transition from sleep to waking. He was not doing anything. He was simply not interfering with a natural process. Most people interrupt this transition. We jolt ourselves awake, then immediately flood our nervous system with information. Phone screens, bright lights. Our body is still completing the wake cycle, but we are already demanding full mental performance. This creates a stress response that colors the entire day. The samurai practice was different. Stay still. Feel your breathing. Let your body wake at its own pace. 2 minutes prevent the frantic energy that ruins most mornings. This is not about discipline. It is about not sabotaging yourself. The second practice is automatic movement. A samurai would perform a simple physical sequence. Basic stretches, sword cuts through the air, or slow walking. The movements themselves mattered less than one critical detail. They were always the same. The body knew them so well that the mind did not need to direct them. We tried different workouts. We change our routine to keep it interesting. We make exercise decisions first thing when our willpower is lowest. Each choice costs mental energy. The samurai approach removes all decision-making. Your body knows what comes next because it always comes next. The third practice is cleansing as separation. After movement, a samurai would wash his face with cold water. This practice, influenced by the Shinto ritual of misogi, created a sharp boundary between rest and action. The cold water provided a clear sensory signal. Sleep is finished. The day has begun. Then he would clean his immediate space, roll up the sleeping mat, clear the floor. When your sleeping space is prepared for return, your mind can fully release from it. These are not chores. They are transition rituals. The quality of a transition determines the quality of what follows. The fourth practice is single-pointed preparation. A samurai would prepare for his day through one deliberate act: sharpening his sword, preparing tea with careful attention. The task mattered less than the quality of focus brought to it. This was not busy work. It was training attention before attention was needed. In Japanese culture, embedded in arts like tea ceremony, is this concept: the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. If you rush through preparation, you will rush through the work that matters. Attention is like a muscle. It needs to be activated gently before being pushed hard. This is where most morning routines fail. They try to do 10 things at once. Work out while listening to podcasts. Eat breakfast while reading news. The mind never settles into singular focus. One task, done completely, teaches your mind what focused attention feels like. That lesson carries forward into everything else you do. The fifth practice is direction before distraction. Before leaving his dwelling, a samurai would pause for a brief reflection. Simply a quiet moment to recall his purpose. In Zen Buddhism, which influenced samurai culture deeply, this is related to the concept of kokoro, the unified heart-mind. He would reconnect with his center before the day pulled him in 100 directions. When you immediately expose yourself to the world's demands, checking messages and reading news, other people's priorities become yours. Their urgency becomes your urgency. The morning reflection was not about positive thinking. It was about claiming your attention before giving it away. Look back at the 5 practices. Stillness allows your nervous system to wake naturally. Automatic movement activates your body without taxing your mind. Cleansing creates clear transitions. Single-pointed preparation trains focus. Direction establishes intention. Notice what they all share. Each one prevents something. They protect the morning from the chaos that destroys most people's days. I was not failing at morning routines because I lacked discipline. I was failing because I was trying to add more to an already overwhelming start. The samurai approach is not about doing more. It is about protecting the first hour from the habits that drain you, from decision fatigue, from emotional reactivity, from scattered attention. When you wake and immediately check your phone, you hand control of your day to whoever sent messages. When you make a dozen decisions before leaving your bedroom, you deplete the mental energy you need for real work. The samurai practices prevent all of this through strategic simplicity. Remember the swordsman from the beginning? His rivals thought he meant he trained harder in the early morning. They were wrong. He meant that he protected his mind before the chaos of the day could fragment it. While they woke to noise and rushed into action, he woke to stillness and moved with intention. By the time they faced each other, his attention was unified and theirs was already scattered. The duel was decided before either drew their sword. You face your own battles every day. Difficult conversations, complex decisions, moments that require your full presence. When you start your day scattered, you arrive at these moments depleted. When you start your day with protected attention, you arrive ready. Here is how to begin. 1. When you wake tomorrow, stay in bed for 2 full minutes. Do not reach for your phone. Feel your breath. Let your body finish waking naturally. 2. Stand up and do the same 3 stretches every morning. If you do not have a sequence yet, choose 3 simple ones tonight. Arm circles, forward bend, neck rolls. 3. Wash your face with cold water. Then take 2 minutes to prepare your sleeping space for tonight. 4. Choose one simple task and do it with full attention. Make your coffee slowly. Write 3 sentences in a journal. Pick one task. No multitasking. 5. Before you check your phone or speak to anyone, take 1 minute to ask yourself what matters today. Let that question sit in your mind without forcing an answer. These 5 steps take 20 minutes total. 20 minutes of protection from the habits that undermine you. 20 minutes where you transition intentionally rather than reactively. 20 minutes that change the quality of the 16 hours that follow. The power is not in becoming someone extraordinary. The power is in stopping the ways you make things harder than they need to be. The samurai built legendary discipline through ordinary moments handled with care, not through force, not through complexity, through the simple practice of protecting what matters most. If you are ready to reclaim your mornings and build each day from a foundation of calm instead of chaos, write in the comments, "I will guard my morning with intention." Thank you for being here and for choosing to meet each day with presence.